And we're back. So, before we actually get properly started with this whole thing, I did actually, as promised, I did look up Saint Leopold. And Saint Leopold in this picture is, I believe, obviously the Saint Leopold III. But that's not what the Society of Leopold in the World of Darkness is actually based on. The actual their version of Saint Leopold seems to be based on his father, Leopold II of Margrave of Austria. So the Saint Leopold III is the Margrave of Austria. And obviously, World of Darkness does sometimes take pieces of history and kind of, elaborate or embellish it with, oh, and there were vampires here, or there were this was a hunter organization, this was a magi organization, or vampires or werewolves were responsible for this particular thing. So I'm having a kind of a look in the wiki, and I can't 100% figure out how they came to the conclusion that he was. I know he was so apparently he was a supporter of the Georgian reforms. This is like a series of reforms initiated by Pope Gregory VII and the circle that formed the Papal Culture, which dealt with the immortal integrity and independence of the clergy. So they were involved in that, and Leopold II was one of the main opponents of the German King Henry IV during the investiture controversy. The investiture contest was a conflict between church and state in medieval Europe over the ability to choose and install bishops and the abbots of monasteries and the Pope himself. So there was a lot of power struggles going on. So I guess they're saying this is what's going on. So yeah, that was a bit confusing. I really thought, okay, so there's probably like a real Saint Leopold, which there is, but not the one the Saint Leopold is actually one who isn't a saint in real life, but he is the saint. This Leopold II is the saint for the Society of Leopold. So here's that little bit of confusing history. I will be putting the Wikipedia entries for both Leopold III, Saint Leopold III. There is another Saint Leopold, but he was much later. He was born much later, probably around the late 1800s, and he actually, I believe he died in the 20th century, so too late for the Society of Leopold to be formed, because the Society of Leopold was formed, I believe, around, it's basically in the Middle Ages. So I'll be including the Wikipedia articles for Leopold II, the White Wolf wiki entry for the Society of Leopold, and of course, just in case you're interested, the wiki article for Leopold III, who is the saint, I believe, is in this picture, maybe. If you know who this is in this picture, really, please let me know. But anyway, let's continue on. An abandoned bunker under the metro station. Our enemies must be very familiar with the city if they got their hands on such a well-hidden place. The entrance is right over there, marked with the signs of our lord. We have to be very careful not to raise any suspicion, otherwise our enemies might find out we're approaching. Why is Brother Desmond not coming down with us? Brother Desmond's holy sight is extraordinary, so he will stay by the turnstile to make sure no spawn of evil can escape or sneak in behind us to stab us in the back. That makes sense. So that's why he's here. And anyway, so Brother Francis is going to be following us, and we see someone doing some graffiti. Can I actually blind him? Let me just try it. No, I cannot blind him. He is perfectly normal. He is not supernatural in nature whatsoever, so that's good to know. And we got the train, but we're not here to take the train. Oh gosh. Alright, so this is the sign of our brother. He just put a cross there. Alright. Well, we have a security guard here, just hanging out. Alright, so let's just enter in. Hey you! What do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? We're just looking around. Apparently you're not looking around hard enough, or you would have noticed the maintenance sign next to the door. Nobody is allowed back there. Nobody's allowed to spray graffiti next to the turnstile either. You don't seem to be doing anything about that. What? It's always something. You wait here. Yeah, take your time. I would have thought he would say, who the fuck cares, but it doesn't matter. We could have intimidated him. Now, I thought this was an alternative way into the base, and I'm gonna see that if that is, but I did actually go down here. But this leads to nothing, unfortunately, which is a bit disappointing. So I don't know why that was here. It doesn't even have anything to do with what we need to do. So let's just see if Brother Francis has anything to say. Alright, yeah, well, we haven't got anything new here. Okay, so it looks like we... Why did you suddenly decide to take out your sword? Okay, never mind. So the main power is off, and we need a password. Sorry, I'm trying to do this before I'm meant to know about it. Okay, start the creation of a better future tonight. Earth and sea, light, firmament, sun, moon, and stars. Alright, so first of all, we need to turn on the power. So now the power's on. Now, if you ever gone to Catholic school, you'll be able to figure this out. I couldn't figure this out on my own because I never went to Catholic school. I have never really actually read the Bible at all properly, so I had no idea. But luckily I had someone who did know the Bible to help me out. And we also have another person to help us out here who knows the Bible. What is it, sister? Take a look at this riddle. What do you make of it? You know how the Lord created the world in 7 days, right? First he created the light. On the second day, he created the firmament. On the third day, he created the earth and the sea. On the fourth day, he created the sun, the moon, and the stars. On the fifth day, he created birds and sea animals. On the sixth day, oh, it should be this sea animal. Yeah. On the sixth day, he created land animals and humans. On the seventh day, he rested and blessed his creation. Thanks, brother. Alright, so we have 3, 1, 2, 4. If I'm doing this correctly. Yes. And now we're inside. So, not too hard to figure out if you remember to talk to him. But if you already knew about the creation of the world in 7 days that God supposedly did, you'll be able to figure it out. So we got a bit of a bunker here. Alright, you can let him leave me alone, but he won't actually leave you alone forever. So. Oh, we have a machine gun too, jeez, that's interesting. Oh, ooh, we have someone messing with... Actually, it looks like, yeah, I was trying to sneak, but okay. Interesting, it looks like we have a summoning pool here. That's not good. Unfortunately, we have combat music right now, but it's just a bit inconvenient for me. Guys, how could that fast security guard get down here? Do you think it's easy to renew my traps? Remember, everything will trigger them. At least turn the main power off in the maintenance room if you leave. I think our riddle is too easy. Yup, it certainly is. Good lord, and the demon escaped. Now he'll certainly inform the others of our presence. Yeah, because you freaking charged towards him instead of letting me sneak towards him, but okay. And I have seen those symbols before. They're used to some braves who savagely attack anyone in sight. There might be more of them within the bunker, so don't let your guard down. Don't worry, as long as we stay together, God will provide us with the strength to defeat our enemies. Now, these boxes, you need to attack them to destroy them. You can do it with your fists. It doesn't matter what you choose. It'll work. Just take a bit. Alright. Gotta be ready for any fight. Ooh, look! These symbols. And had holy signs, they would be marked to let you know that there's a trap. Now, luckily, Brother Francis is actually pretty competent at fighting. I know he didn't appear to be too much, but he is pretty competent at fighting. So if you're not the greatest at fighting, you can kind of rely on him here. But I do recommend, at this point, having some good combat. They're kind of important. And he's immortalized. Alright. So we're taking care of that one. Now, you really want to use your holy sight in certain places because it's kind of dark here. So... Oh no! But yeah, you be a melee character, you make really short work of these monsters. Alright. I think we've already been around here. Okay, we found an elevator. Actually, let me just check over here. It's not really actually crucial, but just wanted to show you an alternative. Okay. Alright, don't worry about him not being able to get in the elevator. He'll go down. Now, by the way, because you are human, do not just go jumping off. You will take so much damage or die, especially from this height. So, we're going to stay put. So, this is something to remind you. Be very careful when you're doing your jumping. I didn't really show that when I was in the oil rig, but trust me, you will get killed if you're not careful. Unfortunately. Oh no, we're stuck. The ride with the elevator stopped. You need to activate it for the others to be able to follow you. Well, others, Francis, really, but yeah. Looks like it's not going to turn on. I wonder if this needs oil. Yeah! And we got the elevator working. By the way, I really should be getting ready to spend some XP soon because we are going to have a fight. So I do kind of recommend when you play this mod to have some good combat. And I want to add another thing that I kind of forgot to do. Forgot to kind of mention when I was creating my character, was to explain why I made sure to have my finance so high. When you start the mod, depending on how high your haggling is, you will start with a certain amount of money. Now I started with $400 because my haggling is at level 6. If my haggling was lower, I would probably start with nothing, or maybe a couple $100 or $300. It was like this huge door blocks the way. Gotta find some explosives. Now what? I believe their lair is behind this gate. Maybe we can blow up some explosives? I'll look around for something we can use. Okay. That was a really bad spot to do it. But if I explain it here now, I'm very sorry for delaying that. But yeah, I definitely recommend having some good level of combat skills, whether it's firearms, unarmed, or melee, which I've chosen to do. Ooh, what's this? 8 astrolite or C4 on supporting columns. That building is the Ventrue Tower, the base of Box Arch Nemesis LaCroix. Do these vampires want to blow it up? Won't matter if you kill them before, though. Yeah, that's interesting. They want to kill LaCroix. Now what? How do astrolite explosives and blueprints of the Ventrue Tower fit together? Isn't this where Brother Gunfield thinks LaCroix is hiding? Looks like this vampire covenant is planning to an attack on the Ventrue Tower. As far as we know it, it's LaCroix's base of operation. I don't know what this all means. All I know is that Gladius D sent us to cleanse this place, and that's what I'll do. Amen, brother. This is a bit unusual. What is going on? It's almost like these vampires are planning to perhaps kill LaCroix. But why? Why would they want to turn on him like that? Are they all on the same side? Who knows? It's a bit weird. It feels a bit iffy what's going on here. But anyway, I'm going to be putting my points. I'm going to put my stamina up so I can have more bashing, and my wits up so I can have more defense. Because, like I said, we want to have good enough combat skills to survive this next encounter. But, take that noise. We better get our faith up, because we are going to have a big fight. We want to make sure we have all the faith we need. And of course all the melee skills we need too. No. I think we have enough. Oh no, that's how we came in. Sorry, got a little bit lost there. Alright. Okay, so this is a bit... Oh, we have another person there on the other side. Hey, bro. Hold on a minute. Let's just blow up this gate first, okay? Don't... This bug is spoiling everything. Okay, get ready. Okay, so blind him out. Divine light is going to be super helpful here. Very helpful. He does a lot of aggravated damage. Now, where's the other guy? Okay, he's got a lot of presence and he is going to eat her. But luckily, it looks like he's presence on him. Why is he looking so? So yeah, no matter what build you are, make sure you have enough weight to your fine life. Okay, we got him. Sweet. Praise be the Lord, we did it. Yes, brother, what is... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he didn't kill us. Well, not like how he did Brother Francis. He's embracing us. You're about to become a vampire. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Prelude will continue with Prelude 2, which you'll have to download separately. All your stats have been saved and can be transferred from Prelude 1 into Prelude 2 unless you want to create a new character from scratch. Note, you'll only be able to transfer the stats of the latest character you finished Prelude 1 with. And that's it! this is actually quite a short mod, and I have to say, it's very polished for the most part. There's like very few bugs. I don't think we really saw that many bugs aside from that guy kind of poking through that gate. But for the most part, this is extremely well polished, and it has it's pretty reasonably well written. I don't really see too many errors. I mean, there's definitely a little bit, some errors of English errors, because I think not everyone who wrote this is an English is their first language. But this is actually pretty well done, I have to say. I'm quite impressed by it. They really overhauled some things, which kind of remind me again of the Final Nights, which I will get to when we talk about the Final Nights. But this is a good start. This is a very good start. We get to see what it's like to be a hunter. I would have liked to see more, personally, but I understand why they probably kept it so short. But I really like this. I think it's really interesting, and I'm excited to see how this goes. Now, I have a theory about those plans with the explosives in Ventrue Tower. I believe these are the plans of the Sabbat pack that attacked Ventrue Tower to get the sarcophagus after we come back from the Society of Pinfold. Because they did a big attack and, you know, got a lot of people killed. So I think they did plant some explosives there. Because I remember when we actually look at certain parts when we're climbing up Ventrue Tower at the end of the game, there's some parts that look like they're really broken or perhaps need refurbishing. So it's very possible either there's still some refurbishing that needs to be done, or it got damaged so severely enough that it needed some refurbishing again. So that's my theory so far. It could have happened months ago, we don't know yet. I'm really interested. So we have that Tremere vampire decides to choose to embrace us. I think they're Sabbat. It's very possible they're Anarch, but one of the models is of the female Lasombra. Now, she didn't use her Lasombra power, so maybe she's just more into potence. But I have a feeling they're Sabbat, because they're using a lot of creepy rituals, which the Sabbat tend to use. So it's interesting so far. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see how it goes. And man, it's going to be really sad when we re-meet Joyce again, and we're a vampire, and she'll have to hunt us down. Or perhaps we can convince her not to. Perhaps we can try to be, I guess, the good vampire that hunts all the other bad vampires down. We'll just see what our story in this game is going to be. I actually also have another theory about who our protagonist is. I feel like our protagonist is probably going to be the sire of the Fledgling of Bloodlines 1. It's who managed to get somewhat close to LaCroix, but not enough to protect them when he found out they embraced magic mission. And it's very possible perhaps they decided to embrace the Fledgling in Bloodlines 1 so they can have a tool again, you know, to fight against him. Because they're working against him. That's my theory. We'll have to see. We'll see if it's true or not. Maybe they'll let you choose who you're going to be. But that does actually kind of imply your hunter character dies. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe that won't be the case. We'll find out. I'm excited to see how this mod create team does part 2 and see what's actually there. I hope it's actually a little, yeah, it's bigger. But like I said, I'm pretty impressed that they were able to mod this, especially so well. I was already really impressed with War Games being actually reasonably kind of stable, even though it's incredibly buggy and crash heavy as it was. The fact that it was a standalone mod that you could play as, and I'm really impressed with this. I think the reason why this is probably so stable is, you know, obviously they've worked on new versions, but I think it's also because they're doing it all really small. They're not doing it too big, so they're doing it small at the moment, so I think it's working. I'm really excited for part 2, but I will wait patiently because I want it to be good and I want it to work properly, because we know what happens when games get rushed before they're ready. I do not know when part 2 will come out, and at the moment it is still in the alpha stage as far as I know, as was kind of announced in the comments of Prelude Chapter 1. So, we'll see. But again, I think they did a nice use, and I liked it they didn't use any text-to-speech voice acting. Even though I'm kind of amused by it in war games, I'm kind of glad they didn't do it here, because I think it works better to either have no voice acting or actual voice acting. So, yeah, it doesn't feel very disorienting, I guess, or weird. And yeah, so next up, I will again leave it up to you. If you want to see the final nights, if you want to see 7 new clans or clan quest mod with the Sabat path, you choose. I have no problems with doing one or the other. But if nobody comments on it within like a week of this time of this video's posting, I will just make the decision myself and pick wherever I feel like playing. I'm probably most likely, this is not to affect your decision, because if you, for example, are like, I want you to play Clan Quest mod with Sabat path, and then absolutely fine, yeah, absolutely. But I am actually kind of interested in playing 7 new clans to kind of show it off, because I feel like that one has the least amount of extremely new content in comparison to the Final Nights and of course Clan Quest mod. But that's how I would, you know, do 7 new clans, Clan Quest, Final Nights, and then Clan Quest mod, because I want to do the order of new content. And I think if I do, but regardless of what I do in the playthroughs, because each of these games are an add-on to the original Bloodlines 1, and Bloodlines 1 can probably take me a little while to play, especially since I'm going to be listening to all the characters talk and, you know, of course, doing a lot of commentary. I feel like it would take me definitely some time to make those videos, and I would probably want to have a break in between those playthroughs. So, I might want to play like another game for you. So I'll have to decide what kind of game I would like to play besides Bloodlines 1. I don't know if I'm going to play a completely different Vampire the Masquerade game, or I'm going to play perhaps one of the classic computer RPGs that I happen to really love, and I would love to share with you all. So, and that's basically Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Prelude Chapter 1. I really enjoyed this mod, and I hope you enjoyed this short little playthrough, and I hope to see you next time with whatever mod you choose, or I choose, to do next. See you then, and thank you very much for watching this Let's Play.